I first saw the double cup method of container gardening in Kangstar's videos. If you watched my video on net cups, you'll know that I don't use solo cups for seed starting. I have applied the same method though for growing my indoor plants and my larger plants that are going to take a while before they need to go out. I've saved cottage cheese containers of varying sizes, 24 ounce, 48 ounce, and 80 ounce. I don't actually plant in soil in the 80 ounce. It's not necessary, it's just too tall. But I do use them when plants are young to get the plants closer to the light. The bigger 48 ounce containers I generally use for things like my indoor herbs that I grow, rosemary, basil, thyme. I bring all that stuff in the fall. You can see the cilantro in the front. The smaller containers I use for lettuces, plants that I'm going to basically turn over fairly quickly, and also for larger plants like tomatoes and peppers, so they have some room to get big before they go out in the summer. There's plenty of other videos out there on the benefits of the double cup method, and most of them are pretty much common sense. Just make sure you drill some drain holes in the bottom so that they can catch the excess liquid and everything else. To show you how the double cup cottage cheese containers fit inside of one of the bus bins that I use. I've talked about those in another video. You can see they'll fit 6 of the larger ones or 11 of the smaller ones. I don't have enough of them right now to show you, but the middle row you have to stagger a slight bit. Here's a tomato growing in a 48 ounce. Here's my herb bin. You can see the smaller plants are in the taller 80 ounce basins. As they get bigger, they'll be switched out to the 48 ounce ones. These are all plants that I'm going to grow continuously indoors. One of the benefits of having them in these bins is that I can take the whole bin out, or I could pull the bin forward and be able to water the ones in the back quite easily. This is an example of a bin that I would be planning on taking out in a few months and planting these plants outside. That's why they're in the smaller containers at 24 ounce. These were all cuttings from my basil and rosemary in the fall that I brought in so I could propagate. This rosemary will actually propagate more plants off of. Remember, these root systems get big quickly. You probably have some roots already coming out of the bottom, but that's alright. Last tip I'll give you is to make sure and think about the size of your plant's root systems. Large plants have large root systems. As you can see, this tomato has a very healthy root system growing down into the water below it. You wouldn't want to go with this in a 24 ounce container, even if it's going outside. As you can see, it's already getting too big for the bigger container. This lettuce, on the other hand, was incorrectly planted in a 48 ounce container and should have gone in a 24, like its friend over here. You'll notice when I lift up the container to look for roots, there's nothing coming out of the bottom, even though this plant's quite big. I've actually harvested off of it twice now and ate small salads. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe.